Yeah, well, I tell you the most evil reality TV family ever existed. Y'all think I'm crazy, but here we go. The Duggars are evil. Please support her. TLC should also be investigated because they knew about some of the stuff and swept it under the rug. This is the most evil TV family in the world, the Duggars. So let's get into it.
A very popular reality show for a long time, but we're finding out that this may be the most evil family in history. Now, I'm not talking about the kids, but I'm talking about kind of the adult kids in this family, with now three of them being arrested and more, I assume, coming in what is one of the most heartbreaking stories that I think has come out of Hollywood since the Epstein saga. It's that bad. It is truly ghoulish in a way in which these men were doing horrendous things and their wives were covering up for it. And this is one of those videos that I'm going to have to dance around a lot, and I don't want to show a lot of stuff on the screen, but you'll get the gist. And I really hope that you will consider this weekend taking a moment to support the channel. Certainly this video will be not favored by the ad agencies, and we definitely need your support. If you go to thequartering.com/join for $6 a month, or you get 2 months free for the year, you can support the channel and talk to me directly in our members Discord. I'm in there all the time. You can direct message me, but more importantly, the show is much more than me. We have a team of almost 6 people right now working, editing, doing thumbnails, and we could use your support, especially when it gives us more confidence to cover topics that maybe aren't the best, the most advertiser friendly. So I'm going to start by first giving you a little bit of a rundown. So Joseph Duggar, who has been arrested for doing something horrible to youths, you know what I'm talking about there. His wife has now also been arrested as she actively helped, at least according to this, to cover it up. So there's this article talking about his wife first, and then we're going to show, first of all, these are the sons and wives who've been arrested. Josh Duggar arrested April 2021 on 2 federal counts of receiving and possessing those type of photos. Then he was, of course, convicted in 2021, sentenced to 12.5 years in federal prison, where he's currently serving his sentence. Joseph Duggar, which is the 7th oldest child, he was arrested March 18th, 2026, just 3 days ago. The same similar charges. Charges were lewd and lascivious behavior with someone that it shouldn't have been with. 3 charges stem from an alleged 2020 incident involving someone who was under 10 while on a family vacation. There was also 4 counts in Arkansas of second-degree endangering the welfare of a kid and 4 counts of false imprisonment. He is currently being held without bail in Washington County, Arkansas, awaiting extradition to Florida for these new charges, where he has waived his right to extradition hearing on the 20th. Then we get to Jana Duggar, the eldest daughter. She was charged back in September 2021, a misdemeanor count of endangering the welfare of a child. The charges were related to the same incident where a kid she was babysitting was found outside alone. She pled guilty and paid the fine. Also, Kendra Duggar, Joseph's wife, was also arrested on March 20th, yesterday, on the similar charges, because it seems like, at least in my opinion, she was feeding these kids or protecting her husband's heinous behavior. Now, his wife was released on bond as he remains in jail, accused of what I mentioned earlier. Again, I try to not be too specific so that the important thing is that more people see the video, but you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. If you have pictures and materials that you shouldn't, you know what I'm talking about. If you're spending time with someone you shouldn't, you know what I'm talking about. You know, you're spending around the playground kind of thing. Now, Kendra, the wife, was taken into custody on Friday and charged with 4 counts of second-degree endangerment, as well as 4 charges of second-degree false imprisonment. Her husband also faces the same charges. However, it has now emerged that she was let out on bond at 6 p.m. yesterday after posting just $1,400 in bond. Her release came about an hour and a half after her booking, which took place at just 5 p.m., so she was in custody for only an hour. Kendra was glimpsed in the passenger seat of a black SUV being driven away from the facility, where another woman apparently picked her up. Now, this family... Now, one thing I can say for sure when I look at this, I mean, I can't know it for sure, but it's probably going to come out that all of these kids had probably terrible things happen to them from their parents or somebody in their neighborhood. This kind of behavior, doing stuff to kids or whatever like that, it's generally because something happened to them. It's very common also, for example, in the trans community. You find out a lot of these trans people had something horrible happen to them when they were young, and that explains their problems later. Now, what they need is therapy, not to have, double mastectomies and have the government give them money because they don't want them to be offended, or to have extra bathroom access to bathrooms that they shouldn't be. But an investigator, so earlier this week, Kendra, their husband, was arrested in connection with bad behavior while on vacation. An investigator with Town Police Department in Arkansas reached out to the BSCO regarding a report of this behavior. Now, if you watched, there was a hearing that Tim Tebow spoke at. He's very involved in fighting against trafficking and things of that nature, where he said the average offender has as many as, on average, something like 10 or 12 victims. I may be remembering that wrong, but it was somewhere around it's like they don't just do this to one person. So generally, when one person comes out brave enough, then other parents start asking questions. Hey, you were spending time with Doug. Has anything ever happened to you? All this kind of stuff starts coming out. This individual told law enforcement about a series of incidents with Duggar that was involved around 5 years back. Authorities then said the incidents occurred in 2020 when they were 9 and on vacation with her family in Panama City, Florida. The 19 kids and counting star is now facing additional charges, including 4 counts of endangering welfare and false imprisonment. I mean, these are probably the most vile, horrible people ever, and you have them all as a part of the same family. Family members, of course, have since broken their silence on their arrest, such as brother Josh, who is also currently serving a 12-year prison for possessing videos of this kind of stuff. His attorney told the Daily Mail, Josh understands the stigma of being accused. Brother, you weren't accused, you did it. You're serving 12 years in prison for it. I mean, there is probably no worse earthly fate than being one of these people in a federal penitentiary, but I don't care about what happens to that guy every day because he ruined children's lives. He goes on to say, he lives with the painful reality of how false accusations can destroy a life. He understands how the targeting of a person for publicity can twist the truth into sensationalized fiction. I don't think this is fiction. The attorney said that the brothers are not in frequent communication, but Josh hopes and prays his brother's well-being in this difficult time. I don't know that you should be praying. I know that everybody deserves a shot at forgiveness, but for me, that's Jesus' job. I am not Jesus. I cannot look at the things that these men have been accused of and have participated in and think that they are the type of people that need to be forgiven at any point. Their wives who apparently covered it up, they don't deserve any kind of grace either. And by the way, Joseph, the one who was just arrested, had a baby 2 days before his arrest. I wonder what's happening to their kids. There's also a story about one of the other kids who was like 20, still living with all the younger brothers and sisters. Many people believe because that 20-year-old was probably trying to protect the other kids in the family from this type of behavior. That is 4 separate arrests in this family. One guy serving 12 and a half years, another guy that will likely serve significant amount of time. it is crazy. And what I can say almost certainly is that there's going to be more people coming forward. Whether it's Josh Duggar, Joseph Duggar, Jill Duggar. I mean, Jill spoke out after her brother's arrest and also swept for it too. Even though Duggar admitted his actions to the victim's father and to detectives. So he admitted it. He admitted to the father of the daughter, and he admitted it to the police. And his dumb brother, again, who's in jail for doing the same kind of stuff, oh, well, false accusations. No, there isn't a wood chipper big enough for these people. I would not be surprised if this story gets far, far worse. Throw him in jail, throw away the key, bury him under the prison. Wood chipper, feet first, as people say. There are some true ghouls out there, and it has inspired me to try to get involved with Tim Tebow's organization and try to help too, because this is shocking stuff. I hope you're informed by this video. If you were, please do leave a like on it. And please do remember, thequartering.com/join. We could really use your support, and I hope that you'll go over there and join today, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
Hope you're ready for some more creepy tales from you, the viewers. Ho. Oh, and that's Ishk Edine Ado Dinine. Welcome back to another episode here